Hi everyone, we are live. Liza has finally got a chance to join us.
I have finally
Welcome.
graduated my presents.
Your presence is finally felt.
I'm gonna tweet this
So,
out.
what have you been up to since BBCAN 1? I know you're doing a lot of charity stuff. Let's start with that.
Wow. Since I was evicted, it was a very long time ago. I went right back to real life. I keep running my tanning salon. Um, I'm part of opening a new clothing store in downtown Toronto. I travel a lot. I have as much fun as possible, and I raise money for charity.
How's the chats for charity going? I know you're wrapping that up soon. When's the deadline for those watching?
Yeah, Chats for Charity was awesome. Almost the whole cast of Big Brother 2 Canada agreed to basically donate their time to do fan chats for donations to Reality Rally 2015, because I got to get it in gear now. And it's been wonderful. Yeah, some really beautiful, generous people and wonderful fans, and thank God for my season 2 cast that were so willing to participate. It's just so special. I love charity. I'm such a charity whore.
Did you have a deadline for that? Like, when is the
Yeah,
last time?
it's like nowish. I mean, there was a rush in for sure, and we did almost everybody. There's 2 chats to go, but I mean, I'll take them probably till I leave for Orlando to yet again do another charity. So yeah, you can chats for charity, or you can. It's all the same to me. You can just donate money to the Help Give Kids the World, the Hearts of Reality one in Orlando, and I would still give you the chat for charity.
Who's all going out to that one?
I don't know. It's a little more exclusive, and I don't mean that to sound like a negative word, but Reality Rally is just open to every reality star ever. I mean, from any year of any season of any show. Hearts of Reality is a little more exclusive. A lot of winners. Ian's going to be there. Evil Dick, Rachel, Richard Hatch, I believe, and Tina. But then you have, fan favorites. Judd, I think, is going to be there. Cara Monaco goes. Yeah, I mean, and I got invited only because I raised so much money for Reality Rally. And Michael said, I'm not expected to raise that much. He just said, anyone who, gives to charity like that should be involved in this event. So I was thrilled to participate.
That's actually really cool because when I was little, they didn't say I was going to make it, and I actually went with Give Kids the World up to where you're going to be.
That's awesome.
So you'll probably I don't know if the stars are still up there.
Who tells you you're not going to make it? God, I mean, I get that I'm controversial and I can be offensive, but I'm more into being big and loud and making fun of myself and just being generally offensive. I would never in real life put down a human being. Yeah, I do weekly recap videos where I'm going to make fun of you. I'm going to stretch that. You give me an inch, I'm going to stretch that to the make fun of you mile. If you act like an idiot on television, I'm going to make fun of you for your television persona. But when those people come out into the real world, I would never tell somebody, you're dumb or you're not going to make it, or, aren't we all just here to, support and enrich each other's lives?
We should be. I mean, I wasn't supposed to actually be alive.
It's crazy.
Dead. So... what do you think of the season 16 cast?
I think they're super hot. It's a hottie cast. I don't know. I think Amber, quite possibly, is the most beautiful woman ever cast, and Cody is for sure, hands down, the hottest guy that was ever cast on any reality television show ever.
He's very easy on the eyes.
Oh my gosh, Cody is so hot. He glitters, man. He sparkles. Gah! And then Caleb, despite his behavior with Amber, Caleb's a very attractive boy. Brittany's smoking, man. Brittany's smoking. Victoria's a cutie. Like, this is a hot cast of, like, crazy. I'm actually really into this cast, to be honest. Like, I don't know. They did a good job.
I want more showmances. There's nothing going on.
I know, I say that in my Liza's Dish. You all should be watching my Liza's Dish and subscribing to it. But, yeah, there's no showmances, so I don't get it. Like, I'm obviously the queen of the love triangle, so I don't really understand, like, why people aren't making out in that house. It gets pretty lonely in there.
When did you decide to go purple? Because I just noticed it in the last Liza's Dish.
Decide to go for both what?
The hair. You have the little...
Purple?
That's hot.
Yeah, my purple is, I don't know, I got it a couple weeks ago. I've had it before. My purple streaks are my FU to ordinary. I don't think anybody should be ordinary, and I don't care how old I get. I'm a business owner, I'm a boss-ass bitch, and I can do whatever the fuck I want with my hair. I gotta put my Mr. Noodle on the oven. It's happening.
Run! Okay. Oh.
This is like interactive.
It's very interactive. It's very busy in there today.
Watching that actually watched my season. When Peter Brown was living here to do the sideshow for Big Brother Canada, he bought all this food, obviously, and when he left, he gave me all the food that was left, because what else is he going to do with it? So I have, like, pure Peter Brown food, which is just, like, chicken nuggets, fries, mini pizzas, and Mr. Noodle, but they are...
I remember when you were preparing for his arrival with all that.
Right. Oh, my God. Oh, yeah! When he came here and we went grocery shopping. Well, I got all the leftovers, and I'll tell you, they come in mighty handy when you're starving.
Especially on a busy day like today for you?
Yeah. It's crazy. I can't believe this time. It's crazy.
So I'm pretty sure you were not all that sad to see the Paola leave last week.
Yep. Didn't shed a single tear. Just retweeting so everybody knows. There we go. Yeah, Pao annoys me because what I just said. Literally, it's a perfect segue into what I just said. I don't appreciate people who are terrible to other people in the real world. I don't care what anybody does in the Big Brother house. Listen, like, I'm friends with Gina Marie, and I'm friends with Aaron, and I'm friends with Amanda. And I realize that they might have said and done some off-color things in the house, but I let it go. Like, whatever you said and did, all of you, and all the reality, you know, I'll make fun of it on YouTube, but I'm not going to hold it against you. So Pao has already shown that in the real world she's offensive and mean and abusive. I know abusive is such a strong word, and I don't want people to freak out over that, but calling a stranger like a horse face or a slut or, you know, anybody who goes on Twitter and takes time out of their day to put down a stranger, like, it's one thing to tell your friend she's a bitch. It's another thing to go on social media to put down a stranger's appearance. So that's it's the weakest shot at the lowest blow.
And that was before she went in too, right?
Yeah, and like now she's all like pretending she's soft and crap, and I don't care. Again, but real world, I'm gonna go to the rap party. I'm gonna be in LA. She's gonna be there. I don't have any like hate on for people. Like everyone thinks I hate Sabrina from season 2. I don't hate Sabrina. I don't know Sabrina. Sabrina and I talk just fine at finale. Like, I'm fine with Sabrina because I like don't actually hate people in the real world and go out of my way to be a bad person. So I'm gonna
everybody in the real world deserves a chance until they mess it up.
Until they mess it up. That's a whole other story. Yeah. Like there's some people in the real world from both my cast and season 2 that I do not like because they've been continuously shitty shitbags in the real world, and I'm over it.
I'd be over it too.
Good.
So, game-wise, do you think evicting Devin was the smartest thing to do?
Nope. I think Devin was, he's the biggest target in the house, but he's also alone. He was so alone. And I felt terrible for honestly, I got choked up a couple times in the episodes. I know I should be such a softie, but I didn't like that Devin was so ostracized in us because I know what it feels like to be on the block and I know what it feels like to walk through a kitchen of only 13 people, or that's too many, 11, 10 people, and like half of them aren't making eye contact with you. That's a very, very, very isolated feeling. And we don't ever have that in the real world. Like, I mean, even if you don't have any friends, you can still walk outside and someone is going to smile at you and say hello. You still have human interaction. So I feel really bad for Devin in his last week. He really was alone. They really were ostracizing him, but he's alone. Like, kick out Caleb.
And the other thing about the whole situation, why I would have went after Caleb, was Devin would have been a bigger target to keep around.
Well, they're both big. Caleb and Devin are basically the same person. They're these beasts, these beast modes, these physical threats. Their social game sucks. They have very little strategy. You know, they just are capable of winning a physical competition. But as we saw in the last POV, Donnie beat Devin.
I love Donnie.
Yeah,
Donnie's the beast.
Yeah, I love him.
Uh,
It was this dumb move, but I don't know. A lot of dumb things happen in Big Brother.
and that brings us to HOH last night. The HOH competition last night, it reminded me of an HOH from your season. And that was the one with the egg.
Evicted, so I didn't play that. But it was identical to our egg thing, which they also used in BB15. There was an egg one, they had to move it, and Gina Marie won it, I think. I think it was a POV. The bunny, she had to, like, hop back.
Oh, yeah.
All I remember is I was mentioned in that POV, even though I had been evicted. I was the star of that HOH because nobody could get the Liza egg up. So Peter said something like, still can't get my hands on her, and Emmett was like, she's been gone 3 weeks and she's still a pain in the ass. I'm like, you're all still talking about me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling like BB16, BB15, they've been taking shades and trying to improve off of the success of the Canadian franchise. So that must make you guys all feel really good.
Right. I mean, we have done well, and they have borrowed some things, but I don't know. It's all the Endemol Big Brother happy family, so they can do whatever they want. I find it weird though that like maybe it was like the budget was tight or something because they're using all the same props. Like the barrel that they used in the first HOH, where people were walking on and or holding on, was the barrel that they used when Gina Marie won the HOH, and they were holding on to like the horse reins or something. So it's the exact same setup they used last year. And then, as I said, last year in that POV, they used the egg thing, and Gina Marie won, and they used it again. I'm like, they're just recycling all the same base props.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
But they did kind of change it up a little bit. They made it be a team effort.
Well, they had to put a spin on it. This whole double HOH thing. What do you think about that?
How long do you think that's going to last? I'm getting annoyed with it, actually.
I too am annoyed. Actually, you don't even know this, but I filmed my Eliza's Dish this morning, which is going to be out tomorrow for this week. But I basically said that it had good intentions, but the twist sucks because all the HOHs are working together, lame, and they're all planning out the battle of the block. They're all saying, okay, you two can throw it, and you just, like, that. There's no suspense. There's no combat. Like, it's boring.
I know that it seems like there might be something going on in the house right now. I actually have the feeds on mute. But anytime Victoria enters a room, we get fish.
Ooh.
I have no idea what's going on. But that brings me to Frankie and Cody winning this HOH together.
Yeah.
And then their nominations.
Hold on, I don't know their nominations. But I also don't want my Mr. Noodle to get too hot.
Don't burn the Mr. Noodle!
Damn it!
We're brought to you by Mr. Noodle tonight.
Seriously. That's a Canadian thing. Don't Americans have ramen or something?
I think Americans have kimchi, but that's also a Canadian thing, I think.
Okay, hold on. Happening. So good. So good.
good. Are they burned?
Oh, it's all good. Okay, that flavor zone has to sit there for a while. Okay, I did hear who nominations are, but I forgot. So anybody who doesn't want a spoiler alert, tune out. But don't, keep watching. Who did?
Stay watching. Okay, so your nominations: Cody nominated Brittany and Victoria, and Frankie put up Jocasta and Amber.
Okay.
We're really going for the girls. I think the girls need to start pulling out some wins.
Wow. Okay, fuck them for going after the girls like that. Weak moves by Cody, and Cody's in love with Amber. Like, what are they hoping here, though? Does anyone know the plan? Like, is somebody gonna frickin' throw it?
I haven't had a chance. I haven't had a chance. I don't know the plan. I know who won Battle of the Block, but
Tell me now.
Team America is supposed to be putting up a threat.
Oh yeah. Well, they didn't.
No.
Supposed to be putting up a physical threat, and is Frankie as HOH?
Nominating Jocasta and Brittany.
You mean Amber? But yeah, that's not cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so who won?
I believe Frankie was overthrown.
Ooh, leaving Cody.
As
God,
HOH.
Cody is so hot. This means we get to see so much Cody.
More. I'm so happy about this because
Cody.
I feel like the first few weeks we didn't get enough of Cody, and I'm a huge fan of him and his brother.
Yes. Cody.
So
you're not watching, but I love you.
Paul might be watching. Hi, Paul. Yeah, I'm glad we get a little bit more Cody.
Yeah.
I felt like they made him kind of lay low the first little while, so I'm interested to see how this plays out.
So much Cody last episode. There is a GIF out there. If you guys look for it, there's a GIF of that little strip tease he did. And I know it's only like a 2-second tease, but if you put it on a loop of a GIF, it's good times.
It's amazing.
It's so amazing. So
I don't know if you...
dethroned, meaning Amber safe, right? Amber and Jocasta.
I believe Amber and Jocasta are safe, yeah.
For the week, again, so Amber gets saved again because she's hot, leaving Brittany and Victoria on the block.
Yes, and I noticed, like, I feel like Caleb is going to go after Cody at some point soon because of Cody being so close to Amber.
Yeah, I think Cody is not only the hottest human ever to play any reality show, save for perhaps Colby Survivor 2, he is smart. If you really pay attention, he's playing a cool, calm, and collected game. He knows what's going on. He's got his eyes on the prize, and I think Cody's going to get to Caleb before Caleb gets to Cody. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a little POV action, and Caleb goes this week.
Maybe that is the game plan.
Smartest move. Who cares? Me, take off one of the girls. If it's Victoria versus Caleb, who's the bigger threat?
Caleb, hopefully.
Precise.
But I don't know what they're thinking. Like, they seem to think that Caleb is an ally, but he really seems like a loose cannon, like Devin was. I don't know.
No, he doesn't have... Well, yeah, he has haters. Nobody actually likes him on the show. But he's not, like, public enemy #1. No, his physical threat, first of all. It is Team America's mission to put up a physical threat. To me, that is Caleb, period. That also means that America wants Caleb gone. Because if America chose get a physical threat out over a floater means Victoria Jocasta would have been gone. But America wanted a physical threat, which means America wants Caleb out, and it's their job as Team America to do it. And yeah, it's better for Cody is HOH. Let's not forget here, at the end of the day, if Frankie's been dethroned, Cody is HOH, and Cody needs to be getting Caleb out. So we can come home to me out of jury. Okay.
Out of jury. You have to wait. He has to win.
What else?
I don't know if you knew this, but last week on the feeds, Caleb was starting to think he was growing boobs and was becoming a woman.
What?
And he had Devin grope his cleavage or something.
He was becoming a woman inside the Big Brother house.
I guess like he was starting to feel like one of his pecs was filling up with estrogen and progesterone, and
that's perfect. Well, he is wearing Amber's slippers and her scarves, so let it out.
Whose glasses is he wearing? Because I haven't seen him without those big frames as of late.
Oh, maybe they're hers. Yeah, he looks so cute with those glasses. You know who looks great with glasses is Derek. Hello, Jana. Hello, Derek's wife, who I talked to. But yeah, Derek wasn't an obvious mega hottie, but damn, with those glasses, damn.
Okay. Someone just tweeted me and said they named Amber as the physical threat.
Oh, they're just twisting it. Team America should not get. They get $5,000 each for completing these tasks. This is not a $5,000 task. Okay, but now she's off the block, so do they have to replace her with an actual physical threat?
Or they failed the task.
I hope they don't pass this task then.
Because really, they should have gone after Caleb. I don't know what they were doing.
Yeah, 100%.
Cody will probably. I'm hoping Cody goes after Caleb. If he knows what's good for him, which I think he does, that's going to be the target of the week.
Does he have the goots to do it? Because he's young. Remember, he's 23. Soup time. Hold on.
Check up the noodles.
Noodle time. Noodles, my cat's name.
I know.
Okay.
What? I'm super confused right now.
Don't stop. Okay. Like me multitasking extraordinaire. Yeah, I think it's a really great cast, to be honest. I really like it, and there's not much controversy in a good way. There's just enough drama. Caleb's a little scary with Amber. But
Little.
I mean, he's gone overboard, definitely, no excuses, but he's smitten. Like, I was, too, in a love triangle, and, I liked boys, and boys like me, so I know what it's like to fall for someone in the Big Brother house, and I can't imagine them not liking me back. Like, I don't fall for boys, boys fall for me, but I can't imagine having serious feelings for somebody in the house and them just being like, yo, I'm not interested. I'd be like, well, then you need to be evicted because this is distracting. Get out.
I feel like Amber is playing the angle at this point now. She's like, I'm going to just use it. And that's exactly what I would be doing.
Yeah. Actually, Amber's a little bitchy. Like, in the real world, you behave like that. In the real world, you say, no, don't throw that competition for me because I don't want you thinking that I owe you something. That's how girls behave in the real world. When you're in the Big Brother house, I'd be all, yes, Caleb.
Throw that competition for me.
Please throw that competition for me. Like, she's like bitch mode. Like, face in Bible, not having it. He's all, can I be your date at finale? No. What? Just, you're all going to be at finale. Just say, yeah, sure. Uh-huh.
Yeah, we can go together. Whatever.
I don't understand. You're in Big Brother, Amber. I know it's awkward. I know it's uncomfortable, but he really likes you, and she completely could play this to her advantage.
Yeah.
I'm just going to eat.
Even
Sorry, guys.
If you're not interested, at least pretend to be.
Yeah, or just string them along, man. Don't act like she hasn't done that to 1,700 guys in her life. Just string them along.
String them along and then stab them in the back.
Yeah, and then when it's time to boot him for Cody because you need to make out and make babies with Cody, then time to get rid of him.
They would be the hottest babies to ever exist if they were to mate.
Oh, they're gonna mate. I bet a lot of money on that happening.
And probably soon. I guess they're talking about sending Donnie home.
Is that what the Twitterverse is telling you?
Yeah.
Well, I hope Team America does not get their damn $5,000 because nothing about this involves a physical threat. Failed this mission. Failed, Big Brother.
Failed. And I don't know how much longer they're going to be able to keep their Team America together.
Yeah, like what week
they're
do you think,
already falling apart.
Yeah. What week do you think Team America's falling apart? And what week I mean, with 2 HOHs and 4 noms, that's 6 people. And yes, folks, it did just take me that long to add. It's 6 people, and now we're down to... We have 14. I can't count.
Yeah, 14, I think.
Hold on. We started with 16, and 3 are gone, right? So that makes
13?
13. But then, yeah, so 13 people in the house. 6, like 2 HOHs, 4 noms is 6. That's half the house. Especially by next week, literally half the house is involved, half the house isn't. Like, that's a lot. This is going to have to end soon, and I wonder if it's just going to go back to normal or what's up.
Well, I know, like, it seems to me like Battle of the Block and nominations happen in the same day. So, like, I know, like, days in the house seem like way longer than what they are. I can just imagine what this extra competition is adding.
Well, I'm actually jealous of the added competition because those days are so long in the house. So long with nothing to do. Honestly, you want to freaking throw yourself on a fork. Like, it sucks. It's so boring. So to have the only excitement was, you know, the anxiety, the nerves of competition, any competition. So I love that there's another competition. Though I suppose it's actually just replacing have, have not. Because they eliminated the have, have not competition and replaced it the BOB. So, I don't know.
Speaking of have-nots, what do you think of the tracking bracelets?
What? I didn't even know this was a thing. Oh, yeah, to count steps or something?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what they're actually doing, counting steps, so it's activity?
Yeah.
And are they wearing them? Do they know what's going on? Are they, like, they're encouraging them to walk around, right? They know why.
I would hope so, but I don't know if they know that if you're not walking around a lot, that you're about to be punished.
Well, they must. If it's a stepper, you know that you're going to be rewarded for your steps. But I wrote on Twitter as soon as it happened that if Topaz from my season had to do this challenge, she would fail because all she ever did literally was nap all day. Like, she was physically the most, like, inactive person in the house.
Speaking of napping, how did she get away with it? Because BB Can 2 House guess it was shut your eyes and wake up.
She didn't get away with it that much. I mean, we were the same. Like, honestly, oh, God, that buzzer. Yeah, if she was, we'd all be hanging out. It'd be like, and, like, we'd know Topaz was sleeping.
Yeah.
That buzzer went off for over an hour. No joke. And it's just so rude and disrespectful to the whole house. Like, just wake up! Wake up, Topaz.
And they were a little nicer in the season 2 house, though. They were like, nap time is over. It wasn't so much a buzzer.
Ugh. We had the cock-a-doodle-doo rooster and then the alarm clock buzzer.
And I guess in the States they eat ramen noodles.
Ramen, yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, ramen. Yeah, they don't have Mr. Noodle. I mean, I know it's the same thing, but...
What's better?
I don't know, I haven't had the other. I'm just looking at our Twitters. Okay. Yeah, I like this cast. I don't know why I keep reverting to saying that, but a few people...
I'm impressed by all of them. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
It's just the wackiest bunch of characters. Like, how do you find Jocasta? Jesus, how are we doing today, Jesus?
Jesus is her only alliance at the moment.
Like, Jocasta is the best character. Donnie is the best character. Like, oh gosh, Victoria. Like, if you're gonna find a Jewish princess from Miami, like, that's Victoria. Yeah, you did. She's perfect.
Out of this cast, who would you have aligned with?
Donnie, first and foremost. I like men. I like men. I like older men, and I don't mean like romantically. I mean, I am obsessed with Jack and Erica. If anyone watched, I don't even know what season they were. 4, like 5, 7, whatever the hell Jack and Erica were. Like Erica Landon, who was a young, she's gorgeous, but she was a young 20-something, and she's quietly aligned with Jack, who I don't want to be offensive, but I think was in like his 50s, but this was a long time ago. Yeah, just the most odd pairing. And I just get along with men, especially older or married men who it's not a romantic thing. So in season 2 of my show, it would have been Paul. I would have beelined for Paul. In this show, it would have been Donnie. Donnie would be the closest thing I would have to, a father figure, even though I'm not quite sure he's old enough to be my dad. Even in last year's, it would have been Helen, not a man, but I would have beelined for the married mother, the older married mother. The older somebody is in Big Brother, by the way, the more you can trust them. So you should beeline for the older.
The oldest people.
The oldest people in the house are going to be the most honest and the most loyal, believe it or not.
That I could actually see.
Mm-hmm.
Except some of the older players get a little caught up in what they're doing.
It must be hard. I don't know.
I can imagine.
I was considered old.
I'm 31, I think. So I probably would have been considered old as well.
Yeah, believe it or not.
But
yeah,
I look like I'm 14.
That's not be the plan to go this week. I'll actually be pissed off. I'll be pissed off if, like, Frankie and Cody aren't smart enough to get rid of Caleb.
Frankie seems like he's really close to Caleb. They're currently in the have-not room chit-chatting. And it looks like an intense conversation.
I don't know, man. Donnie's a weak move, and that'll actually upset me.
I don't want to see Donnie go, but I think they have to realize that if he ends up in the POV comp, he'll probably win it.
He's so good, man. He's
like,
doing so well.
Who knew he was going to school Devin at that dice thing? I'm starting to believe the conspiracies.
No, well, because he used his brain and not just his brawn. Devin was just smashing that thing all around. Is Devin? Can anybody watching this tell me if Devin's on Twitter?
I don't think he is as of yet. If he is, Devin, we want you on the show. Email me.
Where is Devin from? Do you remember?
I know most of the people from Florida are still in the house. That would be Zach. And what did you think of that task? Let's get Amanda as your cousin.
Yeah, I don't know. That was a little bit boring, but they succeeded. Zach oddly was going along with it. He doesn't realize that would be bad for his game. Like, why would he go along with that rumor? It didn't work.
He's going along with a lot of things that aren't good for his game.
Zach's not very bright. I like him. I was mean to him in my videos, and I'm still going to be mean to him. But I actually think we're going to be friends in real life because he's just, I don't know, he's just insecure and trying too hard. Everything about him is trying too hard. Push, push, push. Maybe he got hurt by a girl or something because he's all like, I don't care about anybody. I don't need friends. I just love myself. But when push comes to shove, he's irrational. He's illogical. He freaks out. Like, that's not somebody who has it all together.
Devin is located in San Antonio, Texas.
Oh, yeah, I knew that, actually, because I was Skyping with Joey,
I love Joey.
Yeah, she's great. She's so great. And and I was talking to Jessie, who's supposed to be here with us, but she couldn't make it. Jessie is also from Texas. I was like, guys, I've never been to Texas, and she's like, well, she's in San Antonio. Jessie's in San Antonio, where Devin's from, and then
Aaron's out there.
Aaron, Candace, Jeremy are all Houston.
Sounds like you may have to plan a Houston trip.
I need to go to Texas.
I have actually, I've been to Houston in the airport, but I've never actually been.
Yeah, Houston's a very common layover, for sure.
It was a very long layover. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen. I think Donnie would be a weak move, but I don't know.
Donnie would be single best in the DR. It would be such a shame. It would be a shame. He literally, his presence is so entertaining. He is so unintentionally comical that I just think losing him now would be a shame. There are so many people at this point, so don't freak out, Twitter world, but at this point in the game, I could do without Victoria. I could do without Jocasta. I could do without Brittany, as glorious as her tits are. I could do without them entirely. I could do without Nicole Story. I know she has a lot of fans, but I could do without her on the show. See, the best entertainment's coming from Donnie, Frankie. Frankie's so good in the DR too.
Freaking the Frankie out.
I'm freaking that Frankie out. Yeah, there's about 5 people I could just completely do without right now. They could go and I wouldn't even think about it. And to lose that kind of entertainment blows.
I mean, Jocasta was so sick, and I thought maybe they would just put her out of her misery and send her home.
Yeah, she's just floating by, man. But you have to remember, being in that house, she wouldn't be a threat at all. She already isn't a threat. She doesn't.
She's just a vote. She's a vote.
Yeah, and you got to keep that crap. Why do you think they kept Tala around so long in my house? She was just a vote. A lot of people they manipulated her. They told her she was in an alliance and just used her for a vote.
It was pretty easy to do, though.
Yes.
For Tala.
True.
Yeah, I don't know. I do like the aspect of the Battle of the Block because it's kind of another way to save yourself.
Oh, I'm so impressed with, after 16 seasons, finally spicing it up. Hold on. They literally took the whole game and gutted it, which I love. A lot of, puritists don't like it because they're oh, it's not the real format. Yeah, the real format's pretty played out. So I would prefer to have this new format than my format, which is the traditional format with all these arbitrary wrench-in-the-works twists that just screwed everything up. I like 2 HOHs is good intentions. It's a little bit boring and blowing up in their face, but I love the 2 HOH. I love the 4 noms. I love the BOB.
The thing that is bothering me about the 2 HOHs, they're getting along. If they didn't get along and they actually used the 2 HOHs as a tool,
yeah,
where they're gonna not get along and the other HOH might put up someone that they don't want put up, that would make for more fun.
Shit about them picking the egg to see who draws first, because that would be a lot more dramatic if they were like, F you, no F you, I'm voting for Cody, no, I'm voting for Cody, and then the picking of the egg and who got to pick first would be a big, so that first person would be and then the second person would be damn it! There's none of that. Who cares who goes first? You've all held hands and sung Kumbaya and agreed what you're gonna do.
Yeah, it seems like the whole house has been in an agreement almost every week.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
And I'm ready for a shake-up.
Me too.
Anything going on in the Twitter world?
No, I'm looking for questions.
Anybody have questions? Tweet me.
Yeah, it's great though. Honestly, I like it a lot. I like this crew of people. It's just Just great job on casting this, this many seasons in to get such great people. And honestly, like no joke, Amber and Cody are the two hottest people ever. And that's just not me being a horn dog who wants to bone them. It's like talking from a completely omniscient, like third party viewer. Those are two of the most beautiful human beings I've ever seen in my life. Like to the point where I'm like, I can't.
Cody's eyes. Cody's eyes.
Really? That's all you're looking at are his eyes?
Well, they're a distraction. I like everything else as well. The leaked photos from that photo shoot.
Ugh. Which photo shoot? Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I like the whole package, really, and I'm looking forward to seeing more. And I think if he could I think if he went out... I think if he went out, if he could go after Caleb this week, it would be a huge move for his game. And I think it would actually help him out.
Come on, Cody. We're sending you right now. Come
on.
Get Caleb out. Caleb is going to go after him just because of jealousy. Like, hello, that's what happened in my season. Like, was it in Pete's best interest?
To get rid of Tom.
To get rid of Tom? No. Why would the Quattro split up so fast? But, like, we all could have just gotten along, but no. People needed to be jealous.
And then once again, like, this house used Quattro and then added the Il Quattro, but it didn't really work.
Hated that. El Quattro. Yeah, good work at a Girls Alliance there, Chance. Girls Alliances don't work. Girls are stupid. Like, not me, because I'm basically a boy. Like, I might look like a girl on the outside some days, but I'm a boy. Like, I think logically and rationally, and I don't cry. My emotions don't get in the way. Like, I didn't need to be. I love Kat in the real world. Like, I'm obsessed with her. She's such a beautiful person. Kat is so intuitive and such a special friend. Like, I can't even tell you. But in the house week 1, night 1, when someone's like, yeah, we should have a girls' alliance. I'm like, with these fools? Like, Kat and I actually could have had a girls' alliance, and the other boss-ass bitch in that house is Topaz. But Kat left early, and Topaz and I never spoke to each other. So I'm sitting there like, hold on. I'm supposed to have a girls' alliance with Jillian and Tala. Let me look at my cast. And Suzette.
Danielle,
like, it was never going to work! Yeah. It never works. Damn it.
The girls are a little disappointing me this season. That's the only thing I can really say. It's because of the fact that they're not pulling out any stops. They're kind of just there.
Yeah, the girls are a little bit boring this season. Good point. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to put people down because then people will think I'm being a bitch. But like, I mean, I don't know any of these people. For the record, I get a lot of shit for being a bitch. I'm really not. Like, we're just here shooting the shit about a game. When all of these beautiful people come out into the real world, of course I'm going to be like kind and welcoming and like sympathetic to the psychological trauma they just endured called Big Brother.
Yeah.
But in terms of game, Victoria's doing nothing. I forgot she was on the show. Jocasta, if she didn't get sick, she would have been just as irrelevant on the show. Like, we all know Jocasta got sick, but Jocasta who? Like, Brittany's doing nothing. Brittany got her ass saved from Devin and then turned around and kicked his butt out. Like, Brittany and Devin could have been something, man. Yeah. Is laying low, but she's doing that on purpose. I don't put down Christine because even though she's irrelevant in the game so far, she's doing it on purpose and it's going to work for her.
Christine's laying low like Netta did at first.
Yeah, you got to just shut up and look around a bit.
She's kind of getting, because she is a fan, she's kind of getting that vibe where she wants to know who she's in there against and figure them out before she strikes.
Yeah. No one's asking me any questions.
No questions. That's okay. Yeah, I think they're keeping that aspect That's where Christine might actually benefit in the game. And at first I didn't really like her, but she's growing on me.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan.
Not a huge
Um,
fan, but she could
yeah,
do something.
the people getting no camera time in the beginning of the people
Noodles!
who Noodle, are you there, boo? Hi. She just said hi. Oh, you can't see her, but she went.
All I see is a fluffy tail.
You're so cute, bug. You want to come here? Come here.
My pet is looking at me like, shut off the lights, I don't want to go to bed.
I know. What time zone are you in?
I'm in Calgary.
Oh, so you're local. That's not too bad.
No.
Well, now that Noodle's here, let's wrap up. Say hello.
Noodle, you're so cute. But yeah, I mean, it should be interesting to see how the rest of the week plays out, and
yeah, I'm excited. I hope they make a real move. I hope the plan isn't Donnie. That's tragic. And come on, Cody, man. You said you got.
We're praying to. We're
Caleb,
praying to.
I'm gonna take credit.
We're praying to the big brother gods for this one.
I think we're gonna have to. All right, and I'm up to do this again another time, like in a couple weeks or something.
Absolutely. We'll catch up and see where our Cody is at in the game. Hopefully.
See where our Cody is at.
Hopefully he doesn't fall victim to that person that is also gunning for him.
Who?
I think Caleb's gunning for him. I really do.
Yeah, Caleb was.
That jealousy thing, it's gonna play out.
I agree. Come on, Cody. All right, well, let's see.
And Big Brother, please send them some booze because they're getting kind of boring.
Yeah, give them some booze. That's always fun.
And it was a pleasure. I have all your links in the description.
Beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, donate to some charities, chats, and stuff, and watch my Liza's Dish.
Liza's Dish is incredible. It's one of my favorite parts of watching Big Brother. So.
Thanks, boo. New one out tomorrow.
Yeah. So we're gonna say goodnight for now on the broadcast, and we'll see you guys all next week. I do have a guest lined up. I'm just waiting for that person to confirm, and I will announce it later.
Perfect. Bye.